And it's live. Hello and welcome to Code, Pray, and Repeat. I am your host, Randy Riaffit, as displayed there brilliantly. I'm an awesome front-end developer. I'm joined here with two co-hosts, Mr. Gene. Say hello.
Hey.
And then Stanley Quebe. Give him a shout-out.
Hello.
Boom. Code Pray Repeat is going to be a video podcast for up-and-coming web developers and for ourselves also, because it's better than writing a blog. And we can share our code, and you can see our code, how it works, and everything. This is actually test number 2, because the first test, it wasn't recording my screen because I don't understand Google Hangouts yet. But now I do, so it should work now. But yeah, we're basically going to be sharing tips and tricks, at least, minimum once a month, maximum twice a month. The real difference I'd like to, do is have us have a project for a season. So a season will last 4 months with at least 4 to 6 episodes, and each one of us will pick out a project we want to do, whether it's building a simple website, whether it's building a calculator, or whether building a database, as complex as it can get. But you'll see, the start, how we collaborate together, how we get our ideas together, and then just see us flush it out through code and through the final project. And then after that season, we'll take like a month or 2 break, and then we'll come back with another season. At least that's hopefully what I'm trying to do. But let's, because Gene is busy, Kweku's having a kid, so, whatever happens, happens. But let's,
Wait, I'm not having a kid. What happened?
I didn't say you, I said Stanley's having a kid.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm having a child.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Like, one person's blessings and another person's heart attack. I was like, wait.
I'm sorry, Megan didn't tell you this, but...
Yeah, for some reason, Megan decided to tell you we were having a kid before she told me.
That would suck.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so let's introduce these guys. Stanley, what is up?
What is up?
Development and what,
Well, ever since I was a child, I've always had a weird fascination with technology, and I just wanted to dive deeper into it and learn more about it. So what I first started doing was, way back in the day, we would hack into my father's computer. You remember those days, right?
He's
Break
my
into.
cousin. Yes, he's my cousin. So.
The old school. What is it? Windows XP. Once you start on the computer, you push F7, go into safe mode, remove administrative password. Really easy, really basic stuff. And from there, I wanted to learn more about that. So let's say high school, I wanted to learn more about viruses, right? So I watched a couple of YouTube tutorials on how to make a virus. I found that way too difficult for me to understand. So I'm like, forget about this. And then once college started, I went into front-end development, and then I took my first computer science course, which was programming for web pages, and I found that really interesting. So that's where I started, and here I am right now.
Nice. There you go. So what's your end goal? What do you want to be?
What do I want to be? I want to be a developer for either Google or Microsoft, but that probably will not happen. So
No, I mean, like, what
start
would be your specialty? Would it be like, Python developer, or like JavaScript, or front end, or that kind of mobile guy, or?
As of now, I really want to just dive into front end and just kill that scene right there. Work on JavaScript. Yes.
Fair enough.
Work on JavaScript and move on to jQuery and stuff like that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And Gene Blum, what about you, sir? How did you get into this whole crazy business?
I guess I'd say similarly, less dark. I don't want to make any viruses. More so, I guess, like games and stuff I fiddled with. I was programming with I guess unofficial languages, languages that were never really used. There's this one site from back in the day called Beyond, where like
Hmm.
people used to develop games using this really simple language, and other people would play those games. Um, and all the networking stuff was done, so you play multiplayer games. That was one thing. But I mean, started using computers at a very early age. Uh, you know, I just yeah, it's always been something I kind of want to do. It also seems like an easy ass job once you get the hang of it. You kind of get to sit down and just type some stuff. I mean, it's the computer programmer is essentially this. I mean, maybe not as similar, but essentially, I would say this generation's like author. Instead of a good book, you download a good app.
Very true.
Um, so yeah, no, I really like that. I guess currently I'm most proficient with Java. Um, I would say confidently that Randy's better than me.
Not in
um,
Java.
in Java, yeah,
No,
I've
no,
seen your
no way.
code.
No.
Yeah, I've absolutely seen your code. And actually, like Stanley, I'm most interested right now in front end development, and
Oh,
I'm
snap.
actually looking at JavaScript. First, I got to get familiar again with HTML and the changes that came with HTML5. But so I'm doing that, and my next semester is going to be all web development.
Whoa, so we're all going to be web
Nice.
developers. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
JavaScript, and then from there, I want to do Dart because Dart seems even better than JavaScript. I've checked it out. Some
Dart.
code. Yeah, it's Google's alternative to JavaScript. They're not marketing it that way anymore, but it is a fully functional web development language, and they actually you can use it on your Android phone. Dart compiles on Android, um, and it compiles really well on any. Well, I think it's right now it's just Chrome
Yeah, yeah.
that's using Dart, but it just seems really nice. It's very fast.
But to
Yeah,
replace JavaScript, that is going to take.
it's a bold thing, a bold mission to do. But apparently, I've been looking up some videos and stuff, and a lot of people have been using Dart as an alternative to JavaScript because it's. I guess I'm not exactly sure, but apparently it translates really well into JavaScript.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
So
they've
you
been
can
using
use
that.
You can compile it into JavaScript, basically, or.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but apparently it works, and it's a very pretty language. I do like it. It seems very simple, and very functional. So I'm looking forward to.
So is it like a regular programming language, or is it a scripting language like JavaScript?
Um, Dog, seriously, I don't know yet. Like I have been like researching this forever. Apparently, it's kind of a standalone thing, and or you could use it like JavaScript.
Yeah, because I was looking at it and I was like, because people are saying it's like very much like C, so that's what I assumed it would
Yeah,
be.
no, I've seen arguments over and over again. There's no way to find out other than do it yourself. So
Interesting.
eventually, I'm going to get to it. I've only looked at some sample code that you can find on the Dart website. They have like this thing called DartPad that you can actually edit the code like on the in the web browser. It's mostly just sample code, but it blows my mind because I know Google has another language out called Go,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that's supposed to be more like kind of a compile on
Yeah.
on your
Okay, I think
computer.
that. Yeah, I think that's the one I got it confused with. I think that's
Yeah.
it's more like.
Well, no, it's still very confusing. If you go to the website and check that out, like I really want to read about it and I really want to learn it, but like at the moment, again, I'm focused on web development before my web development class starts.
Yeah.
So it's HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then jQuery, and then I can worry about Dart.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. For me, much like these guys, I started with as Quaker said, just doing the F7 stuff on computers. The biases and stuff like that. BIOS. And then I kind of took a break away from that kind of field because I really wanted to be into what is it, aerospace engineer. So I didn't really think about computers much anymore. And then last 2 years I have this software engineering buddy that wanted me to try out for his job. And so last year around April, he told me like, yo, just learn as much C sharp as possible. Try to get an internship at my job. You know, because there's not that many developers, so he's like, whatever happens, happens. So good 2 solid months. I hit C sharp, learning Visual Studio and all that, whatever comes with that. And then, of course, I didn't get it because I have no experience and I have no real, product to show. But that also led me into even more coding because I really enjoyed it. I love the debugging. It felt like a puzzle, which is what it is, You find a solution to the problem. That's basically what coding is. And I really enjoyed it. So that for like another 3 to 4 months, I kind of went all over the place. I went JavaScript, Java, C, Python, Ruby. I just went everywhere, seeing where I liked the most. And I picked web development. Well, mainly front end. I'd like to transition to back end because I do like databases and stuff like that. But right now, for like that instant feedback, seeing what my code does, how it works, and easily debugging it, front-end development is really awesome because you can be creative and also code at the same time, which is, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it's awesome. So, yeah, hopefully one day I'll get into back-end, but right now I'm mainly focused on front-end development and responsive development mainly, too, because people need their websites to look good on mobile. A lot of people don't understand that, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of websites that don't look good on mobile phones at all. And then I really, I tried to learn Java. I swear, I tried to learn Java, but I just like C sharp, like the efficiency of C sharp, how easy it made everything. Maybe I just haven't, dived in enough with Eclipse. Maybe it is the problem, but like using Android Studio. And because they use older versions of Java, so you can't really apply some of the newer stuff with it. But yeah,
That's surprising that you had a bad transition because I've actually messed with C sharp when I was younger, and it felt identical to Java. Of course, I didn't understand anything about polymorphism at the time, so it wasn't really a thing that I could compare how you would I guess actually use polymorphism in C sharp versus Java, but
yeah.
Java was it looks really similar. It when I was writing it felt really similar.
C sharp is taken from Java for
Yeah.
But for me, it just like some of there's just minute differences that I felt like Java still kept hanging on. That C sharp was like, we don't need this, so we're gonna do it this way. That's how.
Do you think it's possible that those differences are kind of set in the idea that Java is still code once run anywhere, and maybe there's a little bit of I guess complexity to that?
Yeah, that's
Like,
most likely it. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I haven't messed with C sharp in such a long time. In fact, I got a C sharp book right over here from 2008. But
C sharp until recently, C sharp was mainly just PC stuff. Like until
I didn't know they came out of that.
Well, Visual Studio is now it's open source, and so hacks, anything can use it now, and so it doesn't have to only be developed on a PC to be used.
Okay.
So yeah, it took them a long time to do that. I don't know why, but because I find that language really fun to use.
I think Microsoft actually had their own version of Java at first. It was like Java F or F Sharp or something like that.
They still have F Sharp. That's their website, actually.
So they're not using.
That's supposed to be their JavaScript, but it's not. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think they ended up getting sued by Oracle for like having like literally Java. Like they didn't do anything different. Like they're just like, this is Java F or Java F Sharp, and Oracle was like, you can't do that. But then again, Oracle sued Google even though like they agreed that like for some reason what they sued Google for again? It was like using Java as like the foundational like language
For
of
their.
Android.
Oh, okay. Probably.
Yeah, and they were like, "Well, you can't do that anymore. You're too rich." And then Google's like, "Okay, then we're gonna make our own language."
But yeah, my second, goal would be actually a mobile developer because I really like material design. Hopefully, Google keeps that around. They doesn't seem like they changed it in the new M. So
Oh, really? Because I was
yeah.
just looking at, I thought I was looking at screenshots of M.
I think the design is still materials design. I don't think
Okay.
they've moved from that design pattern yet.
Yeah,
So
the Chromebooks are still getting there with the design. They keep changing one thing after the other, and material design seems to be slowly making its way into the Chrome OS.
yeah, yeah. I just love how clean it is and just how white space oriented it is, and so it makes everything
Yeah,
really
I
sharp.
mean, I have my reservations. I did like the previous interface.
Really?
I did actually. Maybe it's because I was used to it.
Okay.
But I had gotten used to material design. I really enjoyed that. In fact, I was really excited about material design before that.
Hmm.
But someone had pointed out recently because their phone just got updated from KitKat to Lollipop, and he's sitting there like, "What is this baby food looking ass like interface?" And I was like, "What's wrong?" And I got kind of offended at first. I'm like, "I love material design," and then he's like, "It looks like." So I don't know. It looks like those laptops you give kids like 4-year-olds
Oh,
before.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Like
he's like
leapfrogs?
yeah like leapfrogs, and he was like
Wow.
and also like at that point I made the connection like material design is really like kind of
It's super simple. Like,
it is super simple, and I really like it, but I realized like they really kind of went with what Windows 8 looked like, and they're yeah, I would say there's kind of a similarity there.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that Metro UI feel, and
And I
I
personally, I love that feel. Like, if Windows phones were actually good, I would have definitely gotten a Windows phone because I really love like it's just super simple and super clean. Like, there's
for me on my my Beast computer that I barely use anymore because I have a Chromebook. I don't know what happened, but for some reason Chromebooks are better. Even though I can't play games on them. My Beast computer had a really low resolution because it was a gaming computer, and
Mhm.
like it's kind of iffy with like you kind of sacrifice some things if you want it to be affordable.
Yeah.
And the viewing angles weren't so great, so that design on Windows 8, the Metro UI, really hurt my eyes. Like
Okay.
it would look kind of like a gradient kind of thing going on instead of a solid like color.
Yeah, yeah.
So it just wasn't pretty for me. That's my own fault, but that's why I kind of have reservations about those solid colors. Of course, Android and Android phones, IPS screens, they're a blessing in disguise. Take them for granted. But anyways,
All right. So, like I said, main part of the show will be about sharing some tips, sharing some code. Hopefully, it works. We'll see. But yeah, Kwaku, do you
All right.
have any tips or anything concerning
Yeah.
this?
Now, I do have some JSON code that I've been trying to validate, and I don't know why
Okay.
it's not working.
All
And
right. Let's see if we
and
can.
hopefully I can get your assistance or help on it. Let me
All
just
right.
share my screen real quick.
JSON. I just recently got into JSON. That's cool.
I'm familiar with JSON. I just never actually used it. That's JavaScript, right? That's
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Like
I mean, from
doing
my
really
knowledge,
basic stuff.
yeah. From my knowledge, I'm pretty sure all it is just keeps an array in the one like container, basically, and you just put it in a separate file, and then I'm pretty sure you can upload more stuff to that array. So yeah.
JavaScript didn't already have that function.
Hmm?
JavaScript.
It is a JavaScript function, but you put it in a separate file to keep it away from your JavaScript.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So it makes it look easier. Okay. So there we go.
All right.
Oh, you're doing JSON lint. Okay. So wait, is the code actually not working, or is it just JSON lint saying it's not good code?
I'm not sure. So if you look, it says error on line 1.
Can you zoom in a little bit? Let's see. All right, go to the error. What does it say? Go up there. Oh, your variable is not declared.
Oh,
You just need to put a space.
please tell me that that wasn't it. But well, let's see what happens when I
Pretty
validate it.
positive that.
It did this again. What the heck? Well,
Interesting. Maybe does your variable need to have start with a?
Oh yeah, it needs to start with the curly braces, and then you put that into you change that into a curly brace instead of the square brackets.
but funny thing is that is a curly brace.
Oh,
It
it
may
is?
not look
Oh,
like
Yeah,
one
that is a curly bracket. Yeah.
oh. Can you zoom in a little bit more again? Sorry.
You know you could go full screen though, right, Randy?
No. How do you do this?
Well, for me, I got buttons that just say it, but I think it's F11 for you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
F11. F12. Or I just hit the screen button and it works. Full screen. Okay, there we go.
So let's see.
You're setting the variable to that school's array, right?
Yes.
Maybe take out the curly braces?
You think so?
Okay. It said it was expecting a curly brace or a square bracket. See, usually I've seen it declared without a variable, but I don't know. So why do you have to declare it with a variable?
It just says that. I don't know. Should I remove the var and see what happens?
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens.
Validate me.
Too much white space? What?
Does whitespace even matter with JSON?
Yeah. I don't,
Oh, okay. Wrap the whole thing in curly braces. Now I want to go look at my JSON.
Yeah, but that didn't work.
Expecting string.
It's on line 1. What is
I
wrong
know.
with that
well, sometimes on line 1 can mean a lot of things.
Right.
I've had some weird errors where it's like, well, it's actually on like line 20, but just because like it can have a like, well, that could be one thing. Did you make sure all the brackets were closed, like closing at some point?
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably it. There's probably an open bracket that we can't see right away.
Or a closed bracket that we can't see.
That's possible too. Can you go to your? Oh, there we go.
Now, do you see the screen?
Nope.
Pretty well?
That's Sublime Text. Cool.
Can you see the screen pretty well there, Gene? Or
Yeah, I can see it all right.
all right, so yeah, there's.
That looks correct, right?
It looks correct to me. There's.
Just click right in front of the first curly bracket.
You should go to that end one.
Okay, now go to the next one. Now the next one. And just keep doing that until you find one that's like out of place or. I mean, no, if it went to the end one, you shouldn't have a problem. Actually, I don't even know what to talk about.
Huh.
That's strange. What the heck?
Fire equals schools. You have all the commas. I see all the commas there. This. I mean,
does
parent
this comma really matter right here? This comma? Do I need this comma?
Which one? Oh yeah,
Ooh.
you need those.
Okay.
Because it separates the objects from each other.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Or should I just throw all these objects into a little array, kind of like
But they are in an array.
kind of
Hmm.
and then
Doesn't bug me.
just like delete all this right there. And do you think I should just do that instead?
Hey, try and error.
How come city is now highlighted orange as well as degree and major?
No, I didn't add a comma.
I
Yeah.
hope this isn't all your personal information.
No, I hope not.
Hey, you
No.
put some address.
Now people can look me up.
Your blood type. Just in case we have any vampires who have a particular preference in blood type.
Oh, this is gonna bug me. This is gonna bug me. And that's
Do you want?
what happens when you actually run the code? Does it work or does
I have a lot of messy code up here that I haven't actually like validated with the HTML. So
Well, yeah. Let's see what it does when it's because I mean JSLint is super picky. Like that, it's very very picky. So we can
okay.
sometimes just be JSLint, or it can just be, it can actually be your code. But for those that don't know, JSLint is it's basically to make your JavaScript look cleaner and better, and to the best practices. Keep the best practice about it. So yeah, it keeps everything in order for you.
I've got to check this out.
But yeah, you have to fix everything, but it'll tell you what you're doing wrong. And there's some stuff like once you validate your code, you can go like to the bottom, and it'll tell you you can say to ignore this or ignore this or ignore this, and then it'll actually ignore those things. So what server are you running? Did you make your own server? Are you doing Node or something like that, or no? It doesn't look like you're doing Node.
No. I'm just running a little I don't even know what you call it.
This angers me. What is this?
There seems to be a couple JSLint tools. You might want to actually check, run it on a different tool online.
Okay.
There's one that's super popular. At least I think it is. Yeah, just the JSONlint.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he's doing JSON. There's JSON.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not yet familiar with JavaScript or JSON.
The good, just regular JavaScript one is just JSLint.com. That one's also really good.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. I got another funny thing
All right.
that I want to take a peek at. So, Gene, you're pretty familiar with JavaScript, right?
Not JavaScript, no.
Java.
Java, yeah.
Oh, okay, just Java. All right. Maybe you'll be able to help with this too.
Is this the tracking one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just crack our brains and.
Oh my God! What is that image? Go back up.
That's his personal website.
Yes.
Oh wow, that is incredible.
He's on.
Yes.
Wait, is that you?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh
is
my fucking God.
Oh, that's the zoom. No, you can't zoom it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is him.
Yeah. That is me.
It's extravagant.
I have to do this.
He has Photoshop skills, man.
Yeah. So what did you have to do to get that image? Did you have to sit on a couch or?
I'm pretty sure he was in Colorado when he took that picture where he's pointing up into the air. I'm pretty damn positive.
Oh, so he's okay. So
Standing. He's actually standing.
Yeah.
He got her picture from, but He's standing up.
Oh, is that not a person you know in front of you there?
That's his.
No, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
That's
gonna
my
say
baby mama.
that would be extremely awkward. You'd have to explain this to your girlfriend that
yeah. Funny stuff. All right, let's take a peek at this graphic designer right there.
They said this is one of your friends' website.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bare bones, but so basically,
Yeah.
the eye tracks where your mouse is, and
So it looked like you used some type of I want to say event listener for that to happen,
mhm.
and I'm not sure on how you did that, and I want to know how you did that. Let's inspect the elements.
Oh yeah, that's something I love about like web browsers today.
Mm.
I don't know if you could always do that, but like you can pretty much just copy paste code.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I've told a lot of people before, I really like the Firefox, their developer mode. It's really, really good.
You know, they have Firefox has this new service. So well, I guess it's been out for a little while now, but apparently you could code HTML. Oops, sorry. It's an online IDE for HTML and I think JavaScript.
Okay.
I have to check out what it's called again, but maybe not JavaScript. But hold on.
All right.
I almost used Stanley's like Chrome inside of my Chrome. I just went super meta. So let's see.
So it's
I think it is just an HTML editor, so that's maybe
okay.
yeah, maybe it's kind of pointless. Oh yeah, it's called Thimble. It's Mozilla Thimble.
Interesting. Since you're learning web development, actually, the Mozilla Developer Network, that's really good. Instead of
Okay.
3 schools, I think it is, people recommend you use the Mozilla Developer Network instead. Because
Really?
W3 Schools has a lot of bad practices that
Mhm.
Dude, I grew up on W3 Schools.
I mean, yeah, I used to do, and then like the developers I work with now, they're like, "Yo, dude, no."
Now, when you say bad practices, what do you mean
like
exactly?
certain ways you should have your divs,
Mhm.
nested, and they do it differently than the way you should actually do it to make it easier.
Okay.
So, I mean, they do it to where a newbie can do it, like, super easy, boom, and you understand why it does it. And then you go to the developer network, the Mozilla one, and they're like, this is the way you should do it because of this, this, and this, and, it just makes your code cleaner, basically. That's what
Okay.
best practices are, mainly for making your code easy to read. Because a lot of jobs, at least the ones I've been taking on so far, it's a lot of, hey, you're going to go into this person's code, and then you're going to do all this crazy stuff, and you're going to change everything in here. So you have to understand their code also. And so there's
Okay.
a good guideline to have, like, hey, this is the way you should do it. This is the way you should, name stuff. You should, yeah. So this is basically just for that stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of best practices, but I mean, if you want to learn right away, I think it's really easy with W3 schools. I think it's W3 schools. Yeah, W3 schools. You just, because they'll just show you the code. They're not a lot of explanations. So if you really want to do copy paste, you really can easily do copy paste from there. But, yeah. So this tracking eye, it's scary.
Now, I also want to, just as a side note here, does anyone know how much 1 Bitcoin is worth today?
Jesus Christ. You're still on your Bitcoin stuff?
I've never bought a Bitcoin. I'm glad I didn't. But you want to know what it went down to?
No. What did it go down to?
$234
Oh my God. We
for
can
1
buy it.
Bitcoin.
We can buy some, man. Telling you.
I am going to stay away from that coin. I mean, I would like to have, like Bitcoin to come back and be worth $800 again.
Yeah.
But like that is not a currency I want to mess with if it goes from 800 to to 200, and
But I mean, it was always fluctuating, even at its
yeah, but fluctuating too much and too
fast.
drastically, yeah, that is not a steady currency. I mean, and everyone kind of knew that going in, but I wonder if anyone's like committed like Wall Street class levels of like suicide and or
Jesus Christ.
alcoholism or something.
Well, I mean, another side note: the Silk Road dude is getting sentenced life in prison. Life in prison. They're like, we need to make an example out of you, coding people.
Wow.
That is
Well,
scary.
to be fair, he did facilitate a lot of.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot of those transactions were over Bitcoin, like a lot of the drugs, a lot of the
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, he also didn't he like try to hire a hitman too?
I don't know. I don't know what he.
I'm 90% sure that was like one of the charges was like he tried to hire a hitman to shut up like one of his old partners or like employees or something.
Yeah.
On his own network while he was being monitored, and the hitman happened to be like an agent. So that dude messed up like big time.
Alright, Quavo, so do you know how it does it yet? I mean,
Nope, well, I still don't know, but it looks like we use some type of WebKit transition.
no, WebKit transition
Is it that
basically. So
how fast it moves?
he is using a JavaScript, obviously a JavaScript script
Okay.
that is tracking those transitions. So CSS3 it added transitions to CSS, and so you can make like if you hover over something, it can slowly move to the left or to the right if you want it to. So you can it's CSS's own animation without using like JavaScript because it's simpler and faster and easier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like we said earlier, well, on our first testing, he does it. Everything's minified, and so it's really actually hard to read his JavaScript because it's all minified.
I see.
So we can't really read some of it. But yeah, so at least that's my stab at it, is that he's, of course, listening for your mouse enter onto the screen, and then the eye will track, and he's also styling the CSS to transition while you move the mouse, basically.
Click the eye. Oh, that's no fun.
I like how he has the lens flare.
Yeah, that's
light.
cool.
Oh yeah, I hadn't noticed that until you mentioned it.
But yeah, that's CSS though, because if you move the eye out of it, you can actually still see it there. If you move the eye out, yeah, you just see it a little bit. Wait, no, maybe that was just my eye.
No, you're correct. It's still there.
Okay, all right, yeah.
It's white on white, so it's like.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a cool animation.
Yeah.
Is that image? I assume that's an actual image. I was gonna say, did he make that in CSS also? Because there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with CSS just out of the bat without requiring like images and stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully we can figure out that JSON. I really want to figure out that JSON. You should definitely share that code with me on GitHub or something. I would like to see.
What is the Mozilla community, by the way? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
I will share it in the channel. Hold on.
Alright.
Nope. Developer. Yep, there it is. And I'll share it in our little chat here.
Okay, because I just made a whole new like bookmark for like web development stuff, and.
Oh man. If we want to go on tips,
there's so many. There's too many.
I can go on for days, sir.
Well, I'm just looking for like things to bookmark for my endeavor in web development.
Okay. Well, you do have, like I said, you have lynda.com. Lynda.com is amazing. I mean,
yeah.
You gotta pay for that, dude.
I'm not gonna say to torrent it, okay? Because you want to be.
That's illegal.
It's illegal. I'm not advocating for that. But if you can get it, you should get it.
Totally.
Well,
Pretty awesome.
I paid $20 a month for it, and I barely used it. Like, I used it while I was going to school, so I didn't have to read my textbook.
See, boom, right there.
Yeah, and it helped a lot. I mean, that dude's whole talk on polymorphism though and inheritance was absolutely garbage.
Really?
Like, yeah, no, that guy, like, he's talking about olives, and the entire time I'm thinking, like, I mean, I get it, but actually, Oracle has a better one explained with the metaphor of bicycles.
Mm.
And it's a lot more easier to understand instead of olives and olive presses. And I'm just like, I don't know. I did end up tasting Clamato olive for the first time though after listening to that entire spiel like several times. I was like, because he keeps describing the Clamato olive as this one of the strings is that the Clamato olive. This olive is delicious. So I was like, okay, I gotta find out myself. So he's like subliminally made me like Clamato olives, and I had to try it. I did like it. It was alright. A little salty though.
All right. I can't do olives. I'm not all about that.
Oh man, I'm all about that life.
No, that's gross.
Well,
But yeah, like I said, there are some libraries, because my local library actually allows us to use Lynda for free. And so there are some libraries that allow you to use your library card to log into Lynda, and then you can use it for free. So you can always check those out too. There's a lot of organizations. If you're in school, you can check and see if your school uses Lynda or allows you to use Lynda. I mean that also extends to, like, say if you want to get into Microsoft stuff, like you can use their Spark is it their Spark project?
yeah, I have DreamSpark.
Yeah, DreamSpark. Yep.
Yeah, I have access to that. I forgot my whole like password and everything. I'm sure they'll just give it back to me.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get some free stuff. So
yeah, the DreamSpark is awesome. I mean, I was really excited to have that, especially for free like that. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, I mean, I probably won't be doing any I guess non-web focused coding for at least 2 semesters. Probably not a good practice, but I have had my fill of Java and all of that for right now. I will get hungry again though, and I still like look at code. I still study and stuff. I don't see myself creating anything outside of web development stuff right now, just because I'm so eager to get this class. Very eager to produce something on the web. That's been kind of like the whole idea the entire time. Was like I was really looking forward to JavaScript. And web development is just a growing thing.
Mm-hmm.
There'll always be backend for like Java and Python, etc.
In backend, you can still do JavaScript with backend. That's what a JavaScript
Really?
is amazing. Oh yeah, it's a front end and a back end language. So I mean, Node was written in JavaScript, and that's all JavaScript. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, Ruby's also really good if you want to do back end for web stuff too, but
Yeah.
because that syntax is super easy to understand.
Yeah. My C teacher told me about that.
It's seriously just English, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That kind of says something though, because he was like, yeah, Milton, my favorite language is Ruby, and if Ruby's that easy, then maybe I don't know. I guess he was teaching a beginner's C class, but I don't know.
Was he not a good instructor, or?
No, I mean he sounded like an alright instructor. I learned stuff from him. I mean, to be honest, my worst instructor, as much as I liked the dude, was my last instructor for Java, advanced Java. That guy. Yeah, he seriously every day it'd be a new story about really personal, uncomfortable, like too much
Are
information.
all Java
kind of
instructors
stuff.
like that? Because my
Apparently,
Java instructors like that too.
yeah. No, this guy was
horrible,
talking
dude.
about his like colonoscopy bag and stuff. So, he apologized one day for coming in early but later than he normally would. And his excuse was his colonoscopy bag, but like class hadn't even started yet, so I was like, dude, you don't have to tell us any of this stuff. I looked at him intently like, oh my god, yeah, that sucks. I know the feel, bro, when your colonoscopy bag breaks. But I'm just like, what is your problem? Thinking in my head like, stop now. This is the worst thing you could start a class off with.
We don't want to hear this.
Yeah, it was. I think I was the only person paying attention, but it was just like, oh my god, have you no like self-awareness at all? Anyways, yeah, that's another point. That's another story for another time.
Gene, what about
Yes.
you? Is there any tips, tricks, or anything you want to show off?
Well, I can move both my eyebrows independently.
Oh, well, yes, I can do that too.
Yeah. So as for tips, I mean, the only thing I can tell.
Or even questions. I mean, like you said, you're just getting into web development. Me and Kweku, we do web development, so that works.
Well, yeah, no, I could do that. But I would like to say, to start off with, both of my Java classes that I took did not tell me that I could generate setters and getters via the compiler.
Are you serious?
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Yeah, everyone had to write their own setters and getters. And,
well, I mean, so that you know how to do it, so you don't.
Well, I found out really early on. I found out my first Java class, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a secret," and I didn't make it known. So that's probably how I passed all those classes, because I didn't have to mess with my setters and getters like everyone else did for like, the entire week before the next class. And no, I totally and the toString method, all the other stuff, the constructor method, all of it's generatable on, I don't even know if that's a word, but you can generate all of that via the compiler, provided you're using Eclipse and or IntelliJ.
Constructors too.
Yeah. All of it. So a lot of the coding that I had to do was just like computer-generated coding. So
Cheating in that class, man.
yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's cheating, but like it's something I knew about ahead of time. Well, it's something I found out in the middle of class. But they did not tell us we could do that. They could not tell us. I guess.
It's actually pretty hard to get to that menu, at least if I'm thinking right. Because it's right click and then
right click source and then
yeah.
And all the generate stuff right there should be right.
Yeah,
underneath.
but I mean, if you don't know what source is, why would you go in there? You know what I mean? Like, why would you go into that tab?
Yeah, no, that's true. But also, they wasted a lot of our times on precious time they could be teaching us stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was kind of a thing. So there's a tip for anyone who doesn't know or is getting familiar with Java. All your constructor methods, your toString method, all of it can be found. Actually, most of everything you need can be found on source.
Oh yeah.
Right-click source, yeah.
Yep.
So, yep, that's the thing. I guess I don't really have any questions yet because I haven't really delved into web development. I figured I have to start with HTML first, and I haven't done HTML in a very long time. But I mean, I'm reading a book on HTML right now and CSS, and
is it the HTML and CSS book? Is it the one with by Jonathan Dockett, I think?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It is. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a really good book. I have the JavaScript one.
I do too, actually. It's elsewhere, but I bought both of them because I was at the time Barnes & Noble's member, and I happened to walk into a Barnes & Noble store for the first time in 5 years, so I had this membership for no reason. And I saw both those books, and I was like, that's what I need. Those books looked sexy. I'm going to take them from the shelf. They were on sale for a lot of money, and I bought them. Turned out my membership didn't work anymore. It was expired like a month before that.
Oh, jeez.
So I argued with the clerk for like 5 minutes. I'm not a very confrontational person. And I was just like, okay, fine. I didn't pay for the last 3 years of my membership but apparently, I guess after like auto pay like stops after a couple of years. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I left with those books. Very sad though, and yeah, no, it's an awesome book. I actually have it right here next to me, which sounds kind of gross because I am on my bed and I just have books and Android devices everywhere.
I mean, I don't know, is it just reading that you can do it by, or like, what's your best method of learning? Because I mean, coding, you actually have to code, and I know there are exercises in the book.
Yeah. In the book so far, I pretty much just kind of follow along, and then I take whatever tag they've introduced. I'm not at the CSS portion yet.
Yeah.
Whatever new tag they introduce, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna manipulate this. I'm gonna mess with this and learn this.
Okay.
I mean, so far HTML is really really easy. I know it can get hard, but
the hardest part about HTML is how you need to nest and the correlation between, I mean, we all know what a child and parent elements do, but we have to, you have to organize it well enough that when you go into your CSS and you're positioning them, that it actually flows and works correctly.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about HTML. And something that still, even now, stumps me. I'm like, oh, crap, I actually need to move this like a lot further, or, something like that. But yeah. For me, when I was learning HTML, the best way was actually Code Academy. Like, because they
is that a pay-for service?
No, it's free, completely free.
Completely free.
Yeah,
I met on my list of stuff too.
Yeah, they give you a little text. They'll tell you what each tag and all that stuff does, and then at the bottom, they'll tell you, all right, you need to input this stuff in their like independent coding screen, and then you get to see the results and everything right away. But CodePen is really good for that. It's really good for HTML and CSS. Just like super basic, super easy. And then like HTML5, I'm pretty sure that book talks about HTML5, right?
Yes, yeah. It actually has a kind of I guess notes as to what has changed. Then it kind of goes over okay, this exists in HTML, but you don't have to know this anymore. So
yeah.
I'm gonna briefly go over this, and then we're gonna talk about what changes happened in HTML5.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it does cover
When
a little
did
bit.
HTML5 come out?
The book is pretty old. I think the book is 2012.
I'm pretty sure HTML5 is pretty old. I mean, CSS3 is pretty old, but that's now actually popular. So.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing is these things take a while to catch on.
Yeah.
Like any of these changes, big major changes. Like I think Dart. I have a feeling Dart will be a huge change in the web development world. Maybe even the what is the word that I'm looking for when I'm trying to talk about not web development. Is it standalone? Yes, I guess software. It seems like Dart has a place in software development too. Oh, it's actually 2011 is when this book was made. But yeah, all you need to do is have a little bit of foresight and see the benefits of a particular language or change, and you could kind of see roughly where the next couple steps are. And I think Dart is definitely there. What are you doing, Stanley?
I'm eating chicken. No, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Another good book is, there we go, Learning Web Design. Even though it's not really about, I mean, web design and
sorry. What was the last thing you told me to check out before that? Oh, Code Academy. Okay.
Code Academy, yeah. It's actually not spelled the way it sounds, but it'll.
Yeah, I see it right here. It's Code.
It's Code
yeah.
C-A-D.
It looks like Code Academy, actually.
Yeah, it's Code Academy, yeah. But yeah, Learning Web Design, right here. It's a really good book on beginner to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I've used it a little bit here and there. I actually have another book, but it's kind of far away, and I don't want to make
it done with that. Get this. Responsive
Boom.
web design.
Yeah, responsive
web pages.
So,
do you know what responsive is, or do you have?
No, I have no idea what that means.
Okay, go quickly. You can explain it.
So what pretty much is let's say you want to resize your web page, like have your your desktop screen. It's gonna shrink properly. It's not gonna like shift certain content, whatever
Oh,
it is.
yeah, I
So
see. I
like,
got you.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it can shift content, but it shifts it to
Mhm.
where it fits correctly.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna share my screen right now.
Yeah, I already know exactly what you guys are talking about. But yeah, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I'll just go do one. The last time we did this, my computer like crapped the bed. So,
Ah!
is it working? These guys.
Yes, I
Yep.
see I
Yep.
see your stuff.
Is it the
I'm just
main? Is it the main thing though? That's the.
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So let me. This is a website I just recently built. Um. Yeah, I guess this one will be fine. So as you shrink your screen, the content will fit around the size of the screen, and so you actually have to do it yourself, or you can use a CSS plugin. See, oh crap! I can see a mistake I have right there. I can see that O right there. That's not good. So I have to tell that to go away when it's smaller. But you
What
know,
what are you talking about?
oh, this is the word counter right
Oh, I
here.
see.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And so when I shrink it to that, it's actually in the bottom left. I can move it, and it's right there.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good thing. You
No,
messed up, bro.
I messed up
Oh.
there. But yeah, so the container fits to the size of the screen. The buttons these will expand out as I want it to. So if they're on the tablet or on their phone, the font size will change on this area from what it previously was. And then these were actually conflicting. They were like jumbled up weirdly, but I had to make it stack up nicely over here. But yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
cool. And yeah, I guess you could test that out really with seeing it on your phone because just like you have this narrow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing I want to ask, and this is gonna sound ignorant as hell because I hear this term all the time.
Okay.
What the damn is GitHub?
Oh my God, GitHub is my favorite website of all time.
I need to know what this is because I feel really ignorant when people talk about it. I've never explored it. I don't have time
Basically,
to explore endeavors I don't know about. You know
there's
what I'm?
more than one open source, like website stuff. But GitHub is like the most popular one. Everyone puts their open source things on here. So basically, GitHub. I mean, you can have your own private repo where people can't see your stuff, but what's the point? Anyway, I mean, I guess the point is you have a local area where you can share code with other people. That is the major point of GitHub.
Okay.
You can do it by going through either the terminal right here.
Right.
You can use that to use it, or they have a UI that you can use and you can see. So you can see different changes. Like right now, I had 3 changes in here, and then once I hit the commit and sync it or push it or whatever, it'll go into the GitHub, and then you can see it there. And then the people you're working with on Teams, or just a friend or a random contributor, he can see the changes you made and stuff like that. And then you can also, so let me just, I can just go into this one. So say if you really like that website I made, fork it off, and you can have your own version on your own computer. I mean, on your own profile. And so then you can tweak and mess with it there. And then you're like, hey, I found this bug. Let me pull it into your main, into this main page. And so if they found a bug, they can fix it, and then I can take that fix and put it into the website, and it works. I can take that fix and put it into the code base, and it works easily. GitHub also does allow you to make websites. They have free hosting, but of course it's going to have the GitHub.io tag on there. So for those who care about names, but if you don't care and you just want to get stuff out there. But yeah, so you can contribute on stuff. Angular, I don't know if you've heard about Angular. Do you know about Angular?
I've heard of Angular.
Okay.
I've heard all these terms. I've heard every reference you could possibly make. I just don't have time unless my teacher is directing me to it. I'm just like, okay, that is probably a waste of my time. I have wasted my time before in the past. With what I mean, like for instance, I was really into web IDs, and I explored a lot of them trying to find the right one for me.
Yeah.
it came to the point where I realized I was wasting my time looking for a better one than just settling for the ones that I use. So I just ended up sticking with compiler that's without the E
Yeah,
uh, because it was simple. It worked. However, it was too simple, and
yeah.
yeah, you couldn't ever make like a GUI or anything with it, despite the advertising that you could.
Yeah.
Um, there's another one called Coding with a K that
Um,
I looked into, and it looked really, really cool, and I had messed with it a little bit.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if it
Oh,
works with
yeah,
GitHub.
it's coding with the cloud. It could probably. I mean, the main thing of GitHub is to keep your code in one place,
Hmm.
because like this is where this is the Angular code right here. At least the one that they've made open source. So you can go in there and change. Well, you can't, actually change it to where it affects it. They have to, authorize it. But I mean,
Right.
you can download it locally and you can mess with how they made it, see everything basically. And then if there's issues, like right in the right hand corner here, you can put out issues and say, hey, I fixed this little bug. You guys should check it out or whatever. And they'll just
Right.
iterating onto it. And that's why I love GitHub. Like some code that Quaco had a problem with his website, and so I helped him out. Where is that actually? Because yeah, his Owusu design. So I forked a version of his website, and then I fixed whatever problem it was, and then he wanted me to add a form to it, and so I added the form, and then I made a pull request, which means, hey, you can pull this into your main design, and he pulled it in, and then it works. So yeah, that's why I love GitHub. It's amazing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it just makes collaborating really easy and fun to me. But yeah, so okay, so coding is online editor. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think I might give
I mean,
coding another shot.
being on a Chromebook, I mean, you don't really need much because you can download any of those files that you need. You can't really do like, say, I know this will be super into it, but like SAS or CopyScript or having
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't ever do SAS. In fact, I've done SAS with Megan before because apparently she needed to know SAS for one of her public health classes, which makes no sense to me.
Now SAS is in the CSS or SAS is in the.
Oh no, SAS.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. It's
Yeah.
also a programming language, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about the CSS preprocessor.
oh,
Yeah, there's two. Yeah, people get those confused a lot. But yeah, there's also SAS, which where can I show that code? Actually, I'm working on something right now. This is Stylus, but this is what SAS is pretty much. It's called a CSS preprocessor. So
hmm
basically, it takes all the curly braces out, all the all the punctuation and everything, and allows you to nest. So that's how it knows, like, you're in the email div tag, and you're targeting this left class, and you're targeting this right class, and then you can keep going into those classes.
Interesting. Okay, okay.
Everything is done by whitespace. So code is usually not really dependent on whitespace, but these are really dependent on whitespace. But it just makes it look easier, and it's 10 times faster because you don't have to repeat a lot of stuff.
So, one other thing, it's kind of unrelated.
hmm
I don't want to get all ADD on you guys, but Firefox OS. Explain that to me.
Firefox OS.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is then. I've seen
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Why-
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, why do you bring that up? Isn't that mainly mobile?
It is mobile. It is totally mobile, but like I heard about it early on, and then like it just dropped off the face of the earth. But you sent me to this Mozilla Developer Network.
Okay, yeah. It is on there.
Yeah, and it just I saw it there, and I was just like, why? And what is this? Like, is this still a thing? I just wanted to know if anyone had any good experiences with Firefox OS before I made this huge change in my life. Because I have a tendency to do those things on a whim. Okay, so I have this saved at Code Academy as well,
Nice.
in
Yeah.
case I need those things. GitHub, I guess I'm going to make a GitHub.
Make an account, and then I mean,
I probably have one for all I know, to be honest.
it's super easy for learning. It's really
Mhm.
really good for learning, and because I mean, there's a lot of free open source like say jQuery plugins or CSS, tutorials stuff like that, and a lot of them they put it on code GitHub so that you can download it and read the code yourself and see how they did it, and that's what
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I love about it.
I'm
But
just gonna really quickly see if I have a GitHub.
but since you're starting out, a lot of people suggest that you do jQuery first.
Suggest I do what now?
Suggest that you learn jQuery first. Some people
Before.
some people say don't. A lot of people say do. I
Mhm.
tend to learn jQuery first. And like I said, it's reason why I like front end because you can see the effects immediately. Now I'm not saying you can't with just regular JavaScript. It just takes longer because you're writing 10 times more code than you would with jQuery. With
Right.
jQuery, you're writing like 3 lines that is equivalent to 50 lines in JavaScript almost, and it does the same exact thing. And so jQuery allows you to understand some of the syntax of JavaScript, lets you understand, just the selecting and using methods, which you already know because you know Java. So, I mean, it just allows you to know the syntax a little bit faster and a little bit easier, and it's really fun. It's just super easy to get into. So, yeah,
Okay.
I would suggest learning jQuery first. If you want immediate results. If you don't care, then yeah, JavaScript for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you pay for?
GitHub? No.
Yeah. Okay.
You
And
only
people.
pay if you want to make your repos private. That's it. Besides
Oh,
that,
okay.
so if you have like an internal team and you don't want other people to see your code, but this is the way you don't have like a one server or something like that. You're just a
Right.
small team. Yeah, you can put it like that. Because that's what my the current company I work for they do. So they put a lot of their codes on GitHub, but it's private. So
Okay. Well, feel free to add me.
yeah, sure.
Over here.
I'm always changing stuff on mine. So
Okay. Wait. I don't know. Can you add people? I don't know.
you follow people.
Okay. Well, I'm Delegate Zero again. I like my Twitter. It actually did that automatically. I don't. Oh no, I did that. Okay.
Delegate underscore.
No underscore. Delegate and then 0. Like no space, no underscore. I always do that.
All right.
But I'm an adult man.
Boom. Follow.
I have time for
Oh.
underscores.
Talk about hating when people use space because they don't understand how coding works. Because I use the terminal quite a bit, and you can't really use space to open up a folder. You have to use dash or underscore or
Right.
all. Instead, you have to insert that whole caret thing in there, but you have to realize that it's because there's a space, and when you don't realize there's a space, it takes you a while to figure that out, and that just annoys me. Annoys me too. Oh, and what are you doing, Stanley? What is all that?
I'm trying to open up Dragon Orb, and
Oh,
I haven't used Eclipse in such a long time, I forgot how to do it.
I can't find you on here. That's really weird, Randy.
I just followed you, so just.
I had the CA radio, the whole CA radio thing that A4Man made for us.
Yeah, I see you. I just followed you.
It's not giving me any kind of indication that you've followed me.
Just refresh it. Hit your profile and refresh it.
Okay, well, I'll do that then. Refresh.
Anything?
Nope, nada.
Maybe it takes a while.
What's your GitHub name?
I gave up.
What was your GitHub name?
Oh, Delegate Zero. DE.
Oh, I found you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have 2 followers. I see you have 2 followers.
Let me see. He has his he has a thing open. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you have
That's
2
me,
followers. We're
for
both
some-
following you.
I'm telling you. I'll share my screen then.
That's super weird.
Let's see. internal display, I guess. See? Nada.
Oh, no, click on your Delicate Zero. Click on your name. Yeah,
Okay.
profile. Yep, we're following you.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking for I was expecting like a notification. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, problem solved.
And actually, sir, you can go to codepen.io.
Code what?
Quickly, Stanley, go to codepen.
CodePen.
Yep, go there. Just show them that site. That's also really good for. It's more on like snippets. Like you can see little bits in code and see how people did that. But I put a lot of basic stuff on there. Like, hey, this is how you make a nav bar, or hey, this is how you make this, or whatever. But yeah, that's my profile on that, and I just do really super simple stuff. But yeah, it's CodePen.io is really cool. It's free. There's also a paid component, but you don't have to. You can just hit that close notification quick.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you can click on one of those, and you can see some cool effect someone did. And if you want to take that, you can look at their code, and you can take it or see how they did it, basically.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, I am getting that website.
Yeah, CodePen.io is really cool. That's really good for learning too.
All that JavaScript.
I know. Yeah.
There's some freaks out here.
So, I mean, say you want to know how to do a nav bar, you can hit the search, type in nav bar, and you'll see all the different kinds of nav bars people have made, and you can pick the best one for you.
Yeah, that is amazing. I love this site already. Instant love.
Yeah, I just put regular simple stuff.
There was one service that I used a while back, and I can't seem to find it because I don't know if I didn't save the website or what happened, but there's one service that was really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I'm guessing it was one of those I/O sites.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not positive, but it was, it let you edit HTML and JavaScript, and it like gave you like hosting space for it, so you could check out the website as you were building it. It was very much like Dreamweaver in that way.
Okay.
But I forgot what website it was, and I want to figure out what it was again because I really, really enjoyed it, and I just can't do it.
Okay. No worries. All right. Well, let's close out. I'm ready for some beer drinking.
All right.
I could join you.
It's still kind of early, man. You sure you want to do this?
It's way too early.
It'll be technically 11 o'clock when we get there, so it's 4 o'clock somewhere by then.
That makes sense. Okay. I typically wait until the sun is like halfway ready to go. Like, I don't know. That just seems like the right time. But hey, you know what? You enjoy that. Left Hand is one of my favorite brewers.
Oh, dude, yeah, Left Hand is my favorite, and Oscar Blues is also one of my favorite breweries. So
I have to get into Oscar Blues. I've had Dale's Deviant. I've had
Oh, what's the Is it Old Chub or?
Old Chub.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. But I don't know what else they make besides those two and the.
See, I've had I go to this
no.
local tap room, Brewers Republic, and so they have tap from Colorado breweries from all over, and they had this collaboration with another brew company, and they made this barley wine, and hands down the best barley wine I've ever had.
I've never had barley wine, so.
Oh my God, barley wine.
Wait. Can I ask you? Was it the only barley wine you ever had?
No, I've had many.
Okay.
I love barley wine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Best beer I've ever had to date still is Trappist.
Oh, really?
Trappist Ratchford, the number 10. That is still the best beer I've ever had.
I gotta try it out. I'm not big on That's Belgian, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is the best beer I've ever had. Period.
I'm not super big on Belgian beers. I had one of my favorites. It's not my very favorite. I ended up liking it a lot because it just if you eat it with if you drink it with after eating a sandwich, it's just amazing. But it's the Liquid Bliss by Terrapin. It's chocolate peanut butter, and
What?
I'm not big on peanut butter. Yeah, I swear to God, dude, it tastes amazing.
Weird.
I'm not big on it, but like it's like having Reese's Pieces in your mouth, and rather, I was raised to say Reese's Pieces, but I hear Reese's Pieces a little up down here, so I won't put anything into my mouth that rhymes with feces. So. I don't know why people have taken a liking to saying Reese's Pieces. Anyways, sorry about that. That's one of my favorites. Of course, I'm an IPA person though, so
my girlfriend is. I still not fully like double IPAs or imperial IPAs. I'm still not there, but
oh man, you're missing out.
No, I feel like I'm fine.
I like my
No, it's an acquired taste, but once you develop that taste, you want nothing but the most bitter beers.
No, I can't do bitter. It's just no.
Bitter and strong though, like it's not just.
Dark beer is still my favorite. Stouts and porters and those are fantastic.
How that thick?
How they're so good.
That thick kidney killer.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good. Nitro, come on, man.
Nitro's good. Nitro's good.
Oh, so good.
Nice coffee flavor. Coffee like.
But it's not too much of a coffee flavor though.
The Nitro?
Yeah, it's not at all. It's more chocolatey. That's what they went for. I mean, porters are the ones that, at least to me, porters are the ones that are more.
You know, there's no actual difference between porters and stouts, right? Like it's been debated over and over again, but I've yet to see like an actual good argument. It's just like a preference, like some people say.
Well, I mean, if you want to get into like brewing differences, there are differences in between porters and stouts.
I have not heard a good argument for that yet.
My friend Eric is going to be brewing a porter soon, so I can ask him what are the key differences between that.
Yes, that'd be lovely if you could do that. Because at first I was I was under the impression that I liked porters more than I liked stouts. Luckily, no one ever called me out on that. But like, no, I just happen to like that one porter / stout more than other porters or / stouts. One goes by stout, one goes by porter. You like the one that's a porter. Obviously, you're gonna say, well, I guess I like porters, But turns out they are so similar. There is no point in making a distinction. It's just like how some people say, what's a good example? Like
Coke and Pepsi.
No, well, yeah, kind of like that, but it's.
But there is a difference between those two, though.
No. It's more accurately. It's like people who say porta john instead of porta potty, or
I don't think so. There has to be
that. No, it is literally that. It's the difference between someone saying, God, what's it? There's some really great examples out there. I just can't think of them right now. It's not the difference between a soup and a stew. It's the difference between ramen and instant noodles.
But there is a difference between ramen and instant noodles.
No, there isn't.
I'm talking about good ramen versus instant noodles.
Oh, okay. Fine. It's semantics. It's nothing. It's local dialect versus. That's what it is.
Okay.
I can't think of a good example right now, but
potato.
Knickers and underwear.
Knickers, well, really.
Some people still say knickers. I'm saying it depends on how, or drawers versus knickers.
Okay, all right. I'll let you have it.
They're the same thing. I'm glad I got that analogy out of the way.
Brassieres and bras.
Brassieres and bras? No, that's just shorthand for brassiere, actually.
Oh, I guess.
I was thinking so hard for this thing, and I turned the whole show into figures of speech, or differences in dialect. I don't know. But yeah, so you do that research. Do it. Please do, because I need to find someone who has definitive proof that a porter is a completely different category than a stout, because I have been frustrated with that forever.
I'll ask him. He brews a lot, so I mean, he's behind the science of it, so maybe that's what the difference is.
Yeah, no,
that's technically where the difference is for almost all the beers. So
yeah, what blew my mind is I had someone passed me along an Imperial Porter, and I had an Imperial Stout, and I had them both side by side, and I could not tell the difference at all. Like, I was like, wait, these are the same exact things. Yeah, anyways.
Yeah. All right. So, Kwaku, how can they find out where you are, what you do? So,
You can find me at Twitter at Swankin7things. You can usually find me on Google Plus too at Stanley Quality, and that's also my GitHub, Quakes One, or is it just? I think it's just Quakes,
Quakes.
AWAXE, and that's pretty much it. You can find all my little projects from there.
all right. Gene.
Well, now you could find me on GitHub, apparently.
Hopefully,
Right.
post.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he'll help
Well-
out on your website, maybe.
Yeah, let me work on actually learning how to develop for websites. But you can also find me on Google Plus, although I don't recommend following me there. Only because that is probably the most political I can possibly get is on Google Plus. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Facebook, just because I'm more active. But I wouldn't recommend following me on Facebook either. But you can find me on Google Plus, which is just search Gene Blum. I'll be there. Twitter, I don't ever post anything, so I probably don't recommend following me there either. But it's at Delegate Zero. That is DELEGATEZERO.
Boom.
Yes, that was the first time I nailed it. So sweet. So yeah. Is there anything else? Elo, you said? Elo, you can find me.
Elo.
It's-
You still use Elo? Do you actually use it?
I don't.
Okay, yeah.
Occasionally I'll hop on, but like I have no one's posted. I have a whole bunch of people that I'm following and who are following me. No one has posted anything in like 5 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could also follow me on Tumblr if you'd like, which is also Delegate Zero. Yeah, mostly anything Delegate Zero. You can. I'm there. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And you can follow me on Twitter at Madmandrit, MADMANDRIT. I was once a child, and that's why that name is still there.
I love that explanation. I have one too. I had one that I used till I was like 17, and I realized how stupid it sounded. By the way, the last numbers on there on my username were 182. Had nothing to do with Blink-182 at all. Just random ass numbers I chose, and I felt so embarrassed when people were like, "Oh, so you're a Blink-182 fan?" I'm like, "No, I'm a punk rocker."
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have all those tweets and follows and stuff, I would have switched it by now, but it's too late, so.
Hey, Mad Mandrit. I mean, I don't know what a Mandrit is, but it doesn't really matter.
My explanation is very convoluted, but basically, if you've ever read R.A. Salvatore's any of his books, he has a character named Drizzt in there, and someone already stole Madman Drizzt on whatever game I was
You actually
on.
explained this to me. You have explained this.
And so I just took out that extra. I just took out the two Z's, and yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's what I'm looking for.
Fascinating. Very
But yeah,
fascinating.
you can also contact me or follow me on GitHub at github.io/WIAFE, which is my last name on the screen right there. And you can follow me on CodePen, same way, codepen.io/WIAFE. I've come to actually embrace my last name now. I wish I did it when I was younger, because I would have
Same here.
everything.
Wait, what's wrong with your last name?
Huh?
What's wrong with your last name?
I just never embraced it as like a username, because I mean it's so unique. Almost no one has it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, you can contact me there. But yeah, hopefully we can get our first real episode sometime next month. Get our projects that we want to do thought out. You can see that whole process, everything, and hopefully we can figure out that JSLint problem. What's going on there, sir?
Hopefully.
But yeah, thank you for joining us on this test episode, and we'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.